Hello, everybody. What is going on? This is Brightside Dylan here. And after a long hiatus, I'm finally back with another episode of Feasting with the King. And for today's menu options, I decided let's go with the classics, shall we? Here, for today's episode, we have our good friends from Pizza Hut. And we got here a good old, huge, gigantic meat lovers pizza right here. With all the trimmings and seasonings in it. Hold on. And also, we got with me right here 2 slices. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh my Lord. We have a few things in here with pepperoni, chicken, ham, sausage. And look at that cheese right there. Oh, I'm salivating at the frickin' mouth for this. And you might notice here, what's with the crust right here, Dylan? Well, I decided to go ahead and have a look at the stuffed crust. That basically has cheese within the crust, meaning some of you can eat it in reverse. How about that? And also, since I got this with Uber Eats as opposed to going and getting it in person, and oh my gosh, guys. Wow, is this box great? It's seen better days of all the amount of grease. Like, good lordy jordy. But anyway, folks, I got with me some French fries. Really? I got French fries from freaking Pizza Hut of all places. Like, my gosh. Never in a million years would I have ever expected Pizza Hut of all places to sell me French fries. Like, that's the last thing I would order from there. Like, what is going on here? Anyway, these fries actually look pretty impressive, to say the least, given that they look very golden browned, and they actually feel soft and fluffy right here as opposed to being too hard. And also, furthermore, I got with me some mug root beer right here to go along with my food. And who couldn't resist the taste of some mug alongside a feed a family of 4 dinner right here. But anyway, we're going to pour this straight into the cup. And by the way, folks, in case you're wondering about the scenery surrounding Deku. Sorry about that. In terms of the scenery around me, you may have noticed I have moved locations recently, given that I just moved into my first ever apartment. Meaning I have an entire space to myself, folks. Meaning I'm not just strictly limited to more or less making videos over at my father's house. But anyway, folks, we got some food to try here and see if it's any good. Bon appetit, folks. Gosh almighty dog it! This was actually amazing. Like, wow. I could taste all the flavors of the meat and cheese on there. I mean, my gosh. And God dog it all, this root beer is actually pretty dang good. Like so far, I have no complaints with the pizza right here. Given that, hey, the meat itself didn't come off as too salty or too overloaded with other seasonings. And everything feels warm and fresh right here and doesn't feel like it's been sitting out in the cold forever. But now let's go ahead and try the stuffed crust right here. Okay, stuffed crust, good stuff right there. Though, in terms of all the cheese right here, it could have had a little more cheese stuffed inside here, as opposed to what looks as if a small amount of cheese. So, kind of a little disappointing to some extent. Not to say the cheese within it was bad, just my goodness, you could have added a little bit more in here. But I digress, given that, hey, I'm not expecting the bare minimum, given that this is more or less a fast food place as opposed to a place that makes huge high top gourmet stuff. But anyway, folks, let's go ahead and try a French fry right here. Okay, gotta say right here that the French fries themselves, these fries right here are actually pretty good. I have no complaints given that they're not overstuffed with salt, they're not overstuffed with pepper, and they don't feel hard as a rock right here. They actually, I was able to chew this without feeling as if I was chewing on beef jerky right here. So my gosh, all that grease right there, like holy Hannibal. They could have toned it down in terms of greasing up these suckers. But anyway, folks, my gosh, that was pretty delicious. I will not lie. So all in all, in terms of grading, in terms of the food right here is concerned, so let me go ahead and say this right here. The pizza itself, really, really good. In fact, I could eat a million slices of these. However, in terms of the stuffed crust here, no offense, but you guys are all probably better off sticking to regular crust as opposed to the stuffed crust. Well, in terms of Pizza Hut right here, they may do stuffed crust differently at other restaurants. In terms of the French fries right here, I more or less give them a good A plus, given that, hey, these actually felt like genuine French fries and didn't feel way too small or rough around the edges like some places over here like McDonald's or Wendy's. And of course the root beer right here, very, very good stuff. Definitely would recommend this for a good Saturday night when getting pizza or something like that. In case you want to just stick to soda as opposed to going full gung-ho with the more adult products. But anyway, people, I'm giving the pizza right here a 8.5 out of 10, just minus the stuffed crust right here, which I would give a 5 out of 10. Giving the French fries here a perfectly good 8 out of 10, and the root beer right here a perfectly good 8 out of 10. Definitely would go back to Pizza Hut for more. Because hey, as the commercials say, no one out pizzas the Hut. Though in terms of the restaurant right there, God dog it all, I wish they would go back to... The reason I might have had this as a Uber delivery, because God dog it all, I wish they would go back to the old classic old school dine-in place like they had in the 80s and 90s, as opposed to being a sad, mentally depressed box-in place that's very tiny. But I digress, folks. Anyway, the Pizza Hut Meat Lovers Pizza right here. Have you had this before? And if so, what are your overall thoughts? Please do let me know in the comment section down below. And hey, maybe consider sharing this video with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and maybe give it a like, and maybe hit subscribe if you like what I post here, folks. And make sure to hit the little bell beside the subscribe button so you never miss out on another notification. And as always, folks, I do hope you have a good day today. God bless you all. Take care. And I'll be seeing you very soon.